If you thought the leak cycle was over, well guess again, because we just had the entire list of new Mega Evolutions leaked for the upcoming Pokémon Legends Z-A DLC. Even better though, 3 of these new Mega Evolutions just had their stats leaked. Now we don't actually know if any of these Pokemon had their types changed as of now, so for the purpose of this video, let's just assume that the types and abilities all stayed the same. So let's go over these 3 Mega Evolutions and their stats so we can talk about the good, the bad, and what this means for these Pokemon competitively. Spoiler warning, obviously. I will be covering newly leaked Pokemon from the DLC that have been unrevealed so far, and we'll be showing a list of all the Pokemon receiving new Mega Evolutions in the DLC at the end of this video. So if you don't want to be spoiled, click away now. Otherwise, let's jump right into it with our first DLC Mega Evolution that had its stats leaked. Mega Darkrai. So for Mega Darkrai, it got a plus 30 to attack, plus 40 to defense, plus 30 to special attack, plus 40 to special defense, and a minus 40 to speed. These are absurd changes, frankly. A net 80 to total defenses with a minus 40 to speed. Darkrai's whole shtick earlier was being a glass cannon that could set up Dark Void and just spam Dark Void, make everybody fall to sleep, and then poison them with bad dreams by having them lose an eighth of their HP after each turn. But now it looks like Game Freak changed it to be a hugely bulky and somewhat mixed attacker that can just rain down howitzers either way. I don't know if you'll really want to run this as much of a mixed attacker because the 165 special attack is just, that's gonna feed families. It's absurd how strong that is. But Darkrai does get moves like Knockoff, it gets moves like Drain Punch, so I can see the physical side and why you'd want to have that as an option. It almost feels like Dark Void kind of got a buff here because even though its accuracy is pretty rough, now Darkrai actually has the wherewithal to be able to sit in and spam it. So even if it misses, you're gonna have to try to chunk through 130 defense and 130 special defense while it just keeps going for you. Well, this really is only important for singles players because mythicals are banned in VGC. It's still really cool nonetheless. At the end of it though, I'm not sure how to feel about the speed drop. I mean, 85 isn't horrible. It's manageable. It's not great, but it is manageable. I think it's gonna feel kind of awkward to Mega Evolve Darkrai just because you are going from such a high speed stat at 125, which is faster than a lot of different Pokemon. So dropping that down to 85, it just doesn't feel like you're putting yourself in a good spot. It's gonna be something we're gonna have to see in practice. So I'll hold my reservations on it for now, and I won't discredit it too much as of now. And I do think the bulk is probably what's going to save it above and beyond. And that 165 special attack is, dear Lord. But moving on to our second new Mega Evolution that had its stats leaked, we have Mega Zeraora. So for stat changes for Mega Zeraora, we have plus 45 to attack, plus 45 to special attack, and plus 10 to speed. Now this is how you do a mixed attacker. My goodness, Mega Zeraora is a work of art. I need to sit here and apologize to Mega Greninja, who had about 2 weeks of limelight, because now you just ran into another Mega Evolution that is not only faster than you, but it also has a type advantage on top of that. So it is sayonara for you, my friend. To put its speed into further context, Mega Zeraora is now faster than Zacian, Calyrex Shadow Rider, and Dragapult. It's just so absurd, and it doesn't really stop there because then when you look at its move pool, thanks to the 157 attack and 147 special attack, so you really can run either offense. You're not limited in any capacity. It learns Knockoff. It gets Plasma Fist, which is arguably the best physical electric move in the entirety of Pokemon. It gets Close Combat, it gets Drain Punch, it has Fire Punch, it gets Play Rough, Power Up Punch, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch. Oh my gosh, Volt Switch, that's gonna be so awesome. And then on top of all of that, it also gets Calm Mind and it gets Bulk Up. So not only can you set up with either offense, you can also set up your defenses as well. You have a pivot move in Volt Switch, you have tech moves with Knockoff, you have the best physical electric move with Plasma Fist. This really is the epitome of a mixed attacker. You can do it all. Set up tech moves to disrupt your opponents, coverage, physical or special. This immediately has to jump up to be one of the #1 picks for singles players. The only unfortunate thing is that, again, this is a mythical Pokemon, so VGC players are out of luck. But I did save what I think is the best for last. At number 3, we have Mega Heatran. Mega Heatran got a plus 30 to attack, plus 45 to special attack, plus 35 to special defense, and a minus 10 to speed. Game Freak, you are cooking. Are we serious? 175 special attack behind a 91 HP, 106 defense, and 141 special defense? This is perfection. The speed drop, to be honest, is kind of meh in reality though. 67 is good, and you'll be able to utilize that on Trick Room teams to a fair amount of success, but assuming it keeps the same typing, it's going to have a very tough time going into either Ursaluna, who are both faster than it in Trick Room. Because I'm sorry, Mega Heatran, there is no way you're living a Headlong Rush or Earth Power from either one of them. Either way though, this 175 special attack is absurd, and Heatran already saw a powerful core formed in Scarlet and Violet VGC between Pokemon like Rillaboom, Screamtail, or Fluttermane, which all three of these allies covered Heatran's ground, fighting, and water weaknesses so perfectly. And even further, you're now looking at a Magma Storm, which was a great move for trapping your opponents and pinning them inside of a game, but you might honestly just take a one-hit knockout instead now. And Heatran just has an absurd amount of special type moves to take advantage of. Its coverage and move pool is crazy. We have Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse, Earth Power, Flash Cannon, Power Gem, Scorching Sands. Like, the list is just, it's so expansive of what Heatran can do. And Mega Heatran basically just said, how about you do that all, but let's do it the best in the game. Let's have it be where I'm the strongest at everything in the game. This is just gonna be so cool. I'm not really concerned about its 4x weakness to ground, because Heatran has pretty much always found a piece of each meta where it can sit nicely. And Mega Heatran is just gonna take that and turn the dial up just a little bit. And to end this off, here's the full list of all Pokemon that will be receiving a Mega Evolution in the Pokémon Legends Z-A DLC. We unfortunately do not have their stats yet, but I will cover them as soon as they're available. We have Raichu, Chimecho, Absol Z, so it's a whole new one for Absol, Staravia, Garchomp Z, so it gets a second one as well, Lucario Z, which also gets a second one, Heatran, Darkrai, Golurk, Meowstic, Crabominable, Golisopod, Magearna, Zeraora, Scovillain, Glamora, Tatsugiri, and Baxcalibur. Personally, I'm very excited to see what Mega Baxcalibur and Mega Glamora look like. I think specifically looking at Baxcalibur, all of the pseudo-legendaries, when they get a Mega Evolution, you're looking at a restricted legendary, basically. So the power level is going to be through the roof. Sometimes they hit and sometimes they miss, but I'm hoping for a lot here from Baxcalibur. And Glamora genuinely was probably my second favorite Pokemon from all of Scarlet and Violet, so I am happy to see it get a power boost. More power to you, Glamora. Are you excited to use any of these in the future? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hype the video. It helps out a lot. As always, thank you for watching.